Hi and welcome to today. We are going to be using a foam roller for a couple of really good stretches for the upper body and the lower body, and it's going to just put us into a really nice calm state. So what we're going to do is prepare by lying down onto your side and bringing your foam roller out in front of you. So whenever we lie on the side, what we do is we put our position of our head, shoulders, pelvis, and feet all balanced. Now you can have your underarm long. I prefer it bent, and of course you could always have a pillow or a towel if you prefer that. You're going to start with your arms stretched out in line with your shoulder position, hand resting onto the roller. From here, we're just going to move the arm away from you, letting the shoulders slide forward on the ribs, and then rolling your body toward the mat, and then rolling your body back to the side, and then drawing that shoulder back into place. So while we do this, we're going in a set of 3. What you're trying to avoid is the whole body rolling forward. So we're just focusing in the upper part of your back right now, and then coming back to your side position. So it doesn't take long for you to already start to feel really good through these moves. And returning. So from here, we're going to pause. We're going to release our arm and send it backward for our book opening, looking behind us and then coming forward again, laying the hand on top of the roller and rolling to the front. And then coming back again. Watch the space between your ear and your shoulders, whether you have your arm in front on the roller or whether you're going back behind you. And again, a nice stretch to the forward position, and then taking it to the backward position. So we'll have one more time, just reaching that arm through towards the front, and that'll level us off. And then coming in, we're going to bring the roller in a little closer so that you can bring your knee and ankle into support, and your bottom leg is going to go straight. You're going to take your top hand and just place it in front of your navel or rib cage area so that you can block your pelvis, block the rest of your body, We're going to open your knee out, pushing the roller away from you as you do, and then bring your leg back. So in this position, I'm really trying to keep my eyes and my chest facing forward, and I'm working from the lower pelvis. So pushing the leg away, creating a spread through the front of the hips, and maybe you'll feel in the under thigh that you're getting a little roll on the mat surface. We're going to do 2 more on these ones as we press ourselves out to open and come back. And then we've got one more as you move the pelvis just gently forward. There's no need to sort of overstretch the movement or to feel like you're stressing your whole body out. Pause here, and then we're going to rotate our top leg inward. And as we do that, your foot is going to levitate away from the roller, and then placing it back down. And then repeating that, raising the foot up and letting it sink down. So a controlled movement in both directions. So with this one, it is a movement at the leg bone, rolling down and in, not letting your hip come up with your movement. So for some of you may have better range, and for others you may have very little range. It's surprising what is available to you. And then pausing there, we're going to bring the roller up a little bit again so that we can put our knee on, the foot will hang off, and your hand is going to go back onto the roller. At the start, my elbow is actually bent simply because of the length of my arm and my leg not matching. And then from there, we're going to roll everything towards the floor. So the pelvis drops down, the arm reaches out, the leg reaches out, and then you roll everything back to your starting point again. And then again, reaching out and coming back. So I love this movement. It's like a little log roll. As you go through this, it's really, it feels so easy to go to the floor and back to the side, but there's a lot of work that's happening through, your deeper muscles and through your more oblique muscles to help you roll back up into your starting point and shape. We've got one more to go on the side as we go forwards. Just letting your body not collapse, but really still having integrity in what it is that you do. And then from there, we're going to release that, and then we're going to go ahead and do the other side. So I'm going to set myself up facing side this way, so I'm still looking at you. And then again, just checking in, head, pelvis, shoulders, all balanced with each other. Roller up in line with your upper arm, so arm is reached out long, and then we go again, 3 only, as we rotate towards the forward motion. So this one, even though there's rotation happening, It's a lot of control in your arm. So we want to lengthen the arm. We want to feel the shoulder sliding forward on the rib cage, then the spine rotating. And then returning, it's the spine rotating, then the shoulder blade sliding back, and then the arm returning back in. So that's like a really important thing to know, is the sequencing of movement, because often we just do a movement without actually realizing that there are these separate parts. Release the roller as we go backward now for our book opening, looking behind us and then coming forward. Stretch through and then coming back. Now I use the word stretch, but that's got a really funny connotation to it these days, because stretching doesn't mean that you have to feel like you're about to snap in half. What we want to feel instead is that your muscles are moving the way they were meant to move. They can lengthen, they can shorten, all those good things. Last one as we roll the chest back, and then one more time to roll the roller forwards. And then bringing yourself back into your balance and alignment. So slide the roller down, put your knee and your foot on, and slide the other leg away. Block yourself gently through the base of the rib cage. So now we're going out with our leg and then coming in. With these ones, we're going to go into a set of 5s. And as we're opening again, 2 sides can feel so different to each other. And as I mentioned, there's benefit on the under leg, getting a bit of a roll on the mat. There's benefit on the top leg. So we have a lot of muscle attachments where this roller is being placed onto our leg. So don't be surprised if you feel a little bit of a funny, oh, what is that kind of feeling in your stretching. So one more time as we roll through the pelvis out and then bring it back in. And then holding your position steady, this is where we spin that upper leg inward and you let your foot roll off the roller and back down again. Now, if it's not in the right position, you can always just pull that roller in a little closer to make sure that the roller doesn't roll away as you are doing these moves. And again, you could put your hand at your hip if you needed to, just to feel that you're not using your hip hiking, but we're just getting that gentle spiraling motion happening through the leg. In order for the leg to lift up, the muscles at the back of us, our glutes, have to lengthen in order for that knee to be able to rotate and that thigh to rotate. One more time, and then bringing it all the way back again. So we're going to bring that roller back up slightly so we can put hand and leg on, and then we roll everything towards the floor, chest down, pelvis down, and then rolling back to your side shape. And again, roll to the mat surface and roll away. So can you do this with the least amount of effort in your body? So we don't want to plonk down. That's not what I mean. I mean a controlled movement out and an even better control coming back up. That's where you're going to get the benefit of this being, part of your core exercises. I have someone who really wants my attention. We've got one more like this bit. Push away and then coming all the way back in again. Very nice. From here, we're going to come up into a kneeling position. So we're going to set the roller out in front of us and being up onto your knees. If this is not comfortable, please choose something that is comfortable for you. So maybe some pads underneath your knees would help. And then we're just going to place those hands underneath your shoulder line. We're going to move the roller out and away from you so that it rolls to about the middle of your forearms. And you're just going to lengthen your spine. So arms and ears are in line with each other. And then leading from the chest bone, coming up, pulling the roller back in. So we're going into an arch of our upper back. And again, rolling the roller out. Nice long line from baby finger all the way towards the top of your hips. And then lifting the chest bone forward. We'll do that one more time as we reach out and long. And again, coming up and in. We're going to take both hands over towards the left side as you go into your stretch again, creating a little bit more differentiation in a slightly different way, I suppose, for more of a side bending feel on the right. And then one more time as we stretch out through that angle. And then coming over to the right side. So both hands to the right. And as we go forward, you will feel maybe more stretch down the left side of your body. Maybe you're feeling more under the right arm. Everyone feels it slightly differently through that movement. And then pressing away. and returning up. From here, we're going to keep the roller out in front of us and we're going to step it over with our left foot and then just take that roller to the back of your left ankle. So as I come forward, I'm going to go into a lunged position on the front leg and create an opening down the front aspect of my right thigh. So just using the roller, maybe you need a little bit of height, maybe you need a little bit of support. So just using that just to balance on, but to not collapse into. So we still want to be really tall, like I could take my hands off or on and you wouldn't really notice the difference. And then you're going to bring yourself back, roll the roller closer towards your thigh on the right, and then stretch your foot off of the floor. So toes pulling back is going to really increase the back of the leg on the left side. And then we're going to make that a little more dynamic. So 3 times as we go forward into the lunge and then backward. Now, do you need the roller? Maybe not, but it's quite nice to have, especially as we're going to take it into our next move. And forward and backward. So we'll go forward again and we're going to pause in that position. Tuck your back toes behind you. Now lift your knee away from the ground. So we've just increased the stretching through the back leg. Now for a little more challenge, we're going to straighten the front leg, roll the roller back and bend the front knee. And then straighten the front knee and bend the front knee. So we have one more like that. We're going to stay up in this position. Hold here, nice and long through your spine. Try not to be rounded and crunched in your shoulders. See if you can lower your back heel and then raise up onto the toes. And lower the heel and lift. And then one more time, lower it down and lifting it up. From here, we bend into that knee. We put both knees down and swing it around. So we're going to change to the other side. So right leg goes over the front and then bring that roller back towards the ankle. So in this position, you've got a feeling of your knee traveling over towards your toes. The opening is happening down the front of your left thigh. So just feeling the stretch on the side, slightly different perhaps to the other side. And again, just being sort of open to knowing that things can be different from one to the other. And then we're going to roll the roller back, pull the foot off of the floor and really enjoy that stretch down the back of the leg. So, it's not just muscles that are here. There are nerves, there are blood vessels, there is a lot of fascia binding everything together. So all of it contributes to us feeling flexible or a little inflexible. Let's go into 3 as we go forward and backward. So I love dynamic stretching because what it does is it allows the tissues to lengthen and shorten and lengthen and shorten in a smoother way than just trying to hold a stretch that might not be so good for you. We're going to go forward again, hold the position, tuck your toes, and then send your knee away from the ground. Now, could you do that without changing the height of the body is the question. Holding that, and then we're going to now change the height of the body as you roll yourself back, straightening into the front leg, and then bending into the front leg. And again, lengthening the front and folding. We're going to stay up on this next one. So hips are high, hands are supportive, and then can you drop your heel lower to the ground and push up onto the toes and drop the heel and lift the heel. And then one more time down and one more time up. And then from there, we're going to bend the knees and bring you all the way back down again. All right, so we're going to finish with just a little stretching of our neck area. So sitting with your dog in your lap, perhaps. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your right hand onto the roller's edge, and we're just going to lean the roller away and drop your ear down towards your shoulder. So right ear to right shoulder. Just pushing the roller just a little bit away to help the stretch coming down onto the left side of the neck. And then bringing the head up and bringing the roller back in. So we'll do that again. The roller goes away. The right ear goes towards the right shoulder. Now, automatically my eyes want to close when I do this. So if that's happening to you, then don't worry. It's quite a good feeling. And then bringing everything back up again. One more time. So a nice gentle side stretch of your neck. We're going to pause in this position and then we're going to rotate our head down to look towards the mat surface and then rotate it back to the side. And again, the head and eyes look down towards the ground and then they look forward. And then one more time as the head gently turns to the mat, and then back to the side, and then bringing the head up and bringing the roller in. And then you're going to switch the roller to the opposite side. Now, something I like to do is also switch my leg cross. So if you feel that that's what you want to do, go for it. Let's see how much bear enjoys that new position. And then arm is out to the side. And again, we're going to push the arm away just a little bit as the ear comes down towards the shoulder. Now, I haven't met the two together. I'm just lengthening really the space between my right ear and my right shoulder as I do this. And then bringing the head up and bringing the arm back in. So the arm lengthens away, the ear drops towards the shoulder, and I'm getting a nice stretch coming down the length of the neck. If you had to touch here on your neck, you would feel the chords of these muscles. There are a few of them that are involved. We don't have to talk about their names, but of course, if you want the names, drop me a comment below and I'll send them to you. And then last time as we go over, we'll just enjoy this lovely stretched position of your neck. And then let's do a little spiral. Head and eyes look down towards the mat and then back to the side position. So can you still keep the bend of the left ear to left shoulder and then getting the rotation around eyes to floor? That's our last one. And then back to the side position and bringing yourself all the way back up from there. Well, I'm going to leave you with that for today. I hope you enjoyed the little stretch series we had with our foam roller, and I look forward to seeing you again on another video soon. Have a great day. We finished.